Welcome back to Red Business in Focus with thanks to Cork's local enterprise offices, where we are supporting businesses right around Cork. And this week we've got Sean O'Sullivan and Kirsty Sweetnam from the local enterprise office South Cork with us, and they're here to talk about how the local enterprise office can help you bring your business idea to life with supports available to help. You're very welcome, guys. Thanks so much for coming in. Sean, we've had so many businesses in already in this season who are just outstanding. So many businesses started up during COVID, so many people who thought they'd never be business people, and it's taking an idea every single time and bringing it to market. I know it sounds simple, but for all those individuals, I mean, it's a leap into the dark a little bit, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a lot of those people, it's their first time. It's their first venture. They're stepping out of something else, trying this, and it can be quite a daunting task. But most of the time, they're coming to this with ambition, with the enthusiasm for what they really want to do, with the belief in what they're doing. And then if we can get on board somewhere along the line and help them on that journey, that's what we see our role as.
Kirsty, for many of them, like, the idea has been thrown around with the family and friends, right? I mean, a lot of the time they're speaking to the Leo, it's the first time they've said it to someone outside of their close circle, isn't it? And you know, you must, do you have a poker face that you use when somebody's telling you? Because if somebody's telling you a really good idea and do you want to kind of jump straight in and say, that's brilliant, or do you hold back?
I suppose you hold back a little bit and give someone a chance, because often when we meet people and speak to them, especially on the phone, they maybe haven't quite decided what their business is. They have an idea, or they have a passion or an interest. So it's kind of then teaming them up with our supports where they can grow that into a business structurally, where they can go for maybe finance or setting up about their accounts. That's often the bit that scares people, as opposed to they have the idea, they have the passion for the business. It's actually how to make it an official business, where I think we find that they maybe are nervous to tell you that, but like, I've no experience in that area. Maybe they make the most wonderful products but just don't have that business experience that we're there to help.
But it's not always the startups as well, Sean, because it's about businesses evolving. Any business that stands still is going to fail. The first interaction that a lot of businesses will have had with the Leo was through the online trading voucher, because that was the great unknown, that when people before COVID started doing it, they were going, I have no idea how to start, and that was their first interaction with the Leo for many of them, wasn't it?
Certainly during COVID, absolutely. I mean, it was the charts on TOVs, trading online vouchers, went through the roof during COVID, which was, in one way, people had to shut their doors, so the bricks and mortar piece was not an option anymore. So people that had maybe tinkered for years, maybe thought about doing something on the online space, either with their product or their service, suddenly found, well, I've no choice. I either have to do this or I don't do something for whatever the period of COVID is going to be. And during that, it was an amazing experience for us, because we met a huge amount of people from every sector. I mean, we're totally agnostic, really, in terms of the sectors that we work with and deal with, in terms of working with people on their businesses and stuff. And the trading online vouchers actually was a fantastic opportunity for us to engage with them, but an enormous opportunity for them to really see, well, how can I go beyond what I'm used to and what I'm comfortable with within my stores? And there's been some great stories out of that.
And the mentoring side of it, Kirsty, is so important, isn't it? Because one of the things that you do provide is you're not on your own. And that's the biggest fear, because, look, if you make mistakes on your own, sometimes you might learn about them. Whereas if you have a mentor with you, someone who's been down the road already, you can learn an awful lot.
Oh, definitely. We have such a wide panel of mentors. We really do feel we have nearly a service that can help everyone. And the great thing about mentoring, it's one-to-one. As much as a group is very good, you can learn off each other, just dealing exactly with the niche needs of your business, where mentoring really shines through, where every business is slightly different and needs slightly different help and slightly different strengths and weakness. That's where mentoring, you can just pair up the right person for you to help you out of that kind of maybe difficult spot. And also what's great about mentoring, you can get it maybe first in a finance section and get that all done, and then come back because maybe you're struggling with marketing. So it's not just you get to choose one, you can keep coming back and keep refining and growing your business and your business skill set.
It's okay for a business person not to know everything, Sean, and that's the one thing that people kind of get worried about. You might have a brilliant invention, you've reinvented the mug, but that doesn't necessarily make you a finance expert. It doesn't make you a production expert. So you do need to reach out and listen to that advice. And there's lots of other little tips and tricks and indeed grants and courses that the Leo can help you with.
Yeah, I'd be seriously worried if we had a business person coming into us who knew everything, because there's very little you can do then, or it can be quite a dogmatic situation. So yeah, absolutely. People bring their own strengths. They bring their personalities. They bring their life experience. They bring, so much to the table. And then it's on the journey with them that we then sort of are able to provide the supports that are most relevant at a point in time for them and when best to utilise it. I mean, I suppose when most people come to us, a lot of the time, or the first phone call we receive, it's really about, what can I get a grant for?
Yeah.
Because that, I mean, the grant concept and the grant mentality, it's still out there.
Well,
I mean, but we're all the same.
Well, that's
We're all-
okay. But any leg up helps. But you see, when you get involved, then you realise that there's more available.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the other things, Kirsty, that have become really popular in the last few years?
Probably a lot of help with social media, growing, using those different platforms. Like every few months, it nearly seems like you need to be on this platform, and kind of people coming up with an overall plan so that doesn't become the only aspect of your business, because we really understand for small business, time is often very precious, and to get help with that and kind of streamline that is definitely one where we find a lot of people do seek our help for.
Yeah. And like everything else, it's going to continue to grow. So you're helping businesses prime, you're helping businesses find out where their markets might be, and you're helping bigger businesses as well, because there has been a change in the last year or so about the types of business that you can help.
Yeah, so there's been a change where we can now help in certain aspects people who've over 10 employees, where that was originally our cut-off. So between 10 and 50, which we're really excited about because it really opens up the different supports and kind of how we can help them. Particularly in my role, I'm over export and internationalisation. So companies maybe of that size who have real big ambition to grow outside of Ireland, to expand into Europe or North America, where we have those suite of services as well, which we hope can really help them.
And there's a very kind of broad suite of services available, isn't there, Sean? It's not just one type of business. There's different areas, like there's a big push on sustainability. What other priorities are out there for the Leo?
When I spoke earlier, and like, people think about the grants and the financial supports, which are fantastic, and they will be for a certain type of cohort of businesses that are, manufacturing, internationally traded services, export orientated and what have you. But in the main, what we're looking to do is we're looking to culture and support the ambition of the clients, but at the same time serve the needs of Ireland Inc. So we want to put in place supports that help with your sustainability journey. So whether it's the greening of your business, looking at your supply chain, your customers are going to be looking for this. So have you thought about that in terms of what you're doing? We're looking to enhance the productivity in businesses. So we have programs around Lean for Micro. They've been adapted specifically to support micro businesses. And these are ones that can help grow all sorts of areas of your business. So whether it's in the waste reduction area, whether that's waste of product, time, whether it is in looking at your bottom line. At the end of the day, it's all about the bottom line, because if we want to create jobs in these businesses, then we want those bottom lines to grow.
And Kirsty, one of my favourite stories in the series so far was a hair salon that took the Green for Micro programme and reduced the amount of water that they were using in washing people's hair. Now, that's the kind of thing you'd say that business, well, sure, what would they be doing talking to the Leo? Yet.
Totally. And what one of our providers said, it's often you're picking money up off the floor when you actually streamline your production line, or like in that case, you actually look at what am I using? How can I reduce my raw materials with no loss to your customer? The only thing you were losing was money by, in that case, using more water than you need. But we've had people who've done programs like Lean and Green where they say they used to make 10 things a day and now they make 15. So that's huge, with no extra staff, no extra materials, just doing things what we call the lean way or the green way, which big businesses are doing every day. And it's now being, like Sean had said, where the program's been adapted to suit small businesses, where they can do the same thing and run the same policies as those larger businesses.
One of the things, Sean, that I find fascinating is the Irish approach to supporting business is really different to how they do it in other countries. It's kind of fascinating that other countries haven't twigged this yet, that, in this country, the local enterprise offices are run by the local council. So it is a real connection with the people in your community already. So you're not applying to complicated offices in a different city, you're dealing with your local people. No one else does that as well as we do here. And we're seeing the benefits of it. We're seeing the thousands of jobs that are being supported by small businesses right across Cork who've had support from the Leo.
Yeah, it's a fact. I mean, and like it is a holistic approach really in relation to the enterprise journey. So no matter where you are on the pyramid of your business, within the enterprise family of government supports, there is someone to help you. And from our perspective, the hint is in the name, local. We are local. We are enterprise supports. We want to be in the background. We want to be like that hidden channel partner that you have, that you can go to and seek support, while at the same time trying to serve the needs of government, you know, and the priorities that government have to try ultimately to rise all boats, but to help create those jobs in our communities right throughout our economy.
Well, keep doing the good work. The local enterprise office websites for the 3 in Cork are on the screen right now. But Sean O'Sullivan and Kirsty Sweetnam from Cork South, Leo, thank you so much for coming in to talk to us.
Thank you.
That is it for this episode of Red Business in Focus. Thank you so much for watching. Join us next week when we're going to chat with John Egan of EcoCell, which is an eco-friendly home insulation product made from recycled newspapers, which compares very favourably with all those imported alternatives. Looking forward to hearing about that from John. That's next week on Red Business in Focus, with thanks to Cork's local enterprise offices.